Hi, good morning. My name is Miss Ann, and I'm a teacher. Today, we're going to talk about two really cool things. We're going to talk about the US Census, and we're going to talk about a big word, diversity. So, in our lesson, we'll learn what diversity means, and we'll learn why the 2020 census is super important. Now, let's look at this word, diversity. Have you heard that word before? Well, it means that we are all different. You know, now that I think about it, the word diversity and the word different kind of sound the same. So I'm going to try to remember the word diversity by thinking of the word different. Let's spell it. Diversity. D-I-V-E-R-S-I-T-Y. Diversity. And here you can see pictures of people standing around the world, and everybody is different and beautiful. So we can tell diversity by looking on the outside of people and seeing how we're different. If you look over here are some different attributes we can see. So we can tell somebody's height, how tall or short they are. We can tell people are different by their hair color. We can tell people are different by their age. Some people are young, some people are tiny babies, some people are old. And we can also hear different languages that people speak. So these are examples of diversity that we can see on the outside. But there's also diversity that's on the inside that we can't see. So we all have different feelings in our hearts. Sometimes those feelings show on our face. Sometimes you can tell when somebody's happy or sad, but sometimes it's deep inside their heart. Also, all of our ideas are different. So we can't see those on the outside, but on the inside, everybody has different thoughts. And also, everyone has different dreams on the inside. So there's some aspects of diversity that we can see, some attributes we can see when we look at people, but there's some that are deep on the inside that we can't see. Pretty cool, huh? Think about what makes you diverse. How old are you? What color is your hair? What do you feel in your heart? What are some of your dreams? That makes you special. Okay, so let's talk about our second thing today. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to show you another word right here. This is the census, the US Census. So let's spell that. C-E-N-S-U-S, census. And here I printed out a little picture so you could see what it looks like. You might have seen this in your mailbox. So here is a picture of the census that would come to your home. So the US Census is so cool, children. I want to tell you, this is pretty awesome. So it collects information on everyone in the United States. And this information lets us see how many different kinds of people we have in our country. So, want to know when this census happens? When does it happen? Well, it's happening right now because the year is 2020. The census happens every 10 years. And not only does it happen every 10 years, well, in the US Census, they count everyone in the United States. Let me tell you that again. Every single person in the United States is counted. How do you think they do that? Do you think they have everybody stand in line from one end of the country to the other? Everybody line up, time to be counted for the census. Would that work? No, I don't think that would work. That would be really wild. So, how do you think they could count everybody without having them stand in line? Well, the answer is in this little picture right here. So this is sent to every single household. And then people fill out the answers on this census. It's like a survey, and they mail it in. And then people count the answers. Or even easier, this is what I did, is I went onto my computer. So I got this in the mail, and then I went online, and I filled out my census, and I sent it in to make sure that I was counted and my family was counted. So what kind of questions would they ask on the census? What do they want to know? Well, some of the questions are, how many people live in your home? And people, really, we can only count people. I know we love to count our pets. They seem like family, but we can only count people. So how many people live in our home? Oh, something else we talk about their age. So the census asks, how old are the people in your home? Are they young? Are they old? Do you have little babies in your home? Oh, and also, are there boys in your home or girls, men or women? So the answers that you give on this census show that the United States has all sorts of different people. It gives a picture of the diversity in our country. It shows how we're different in the way we look, the languages we speak, and the people in our family, because all families can have diversity too. They can all look different. So I have a little chart for you, boys and girls. Let me move this right here, and I'm going to show you an example of some information that is taken from the census. So here, if you look at the title of the chart, it says, languages spoken at home. So that's one of the questions on the census. What language do you speak? Because people in the United States speak so many languages. We love it. So here, if you look at this top chart, it says United States here. And you can tell it says United States because I drew a little American flag. Okay? Here, it shows 79% speak only English. Whoa! A lot of people speak English in the United States. Here, 13% speak Spanish. Ooh, that's really awesome. And then here we have 8% speak a language other than English and Spanish. Now let's compare it to New Mexico. I could only find the numbers for 2 of these, so let's look here. First, we have 65% speak only English. But look at how many speak Spanish, 36%. You know what I'm noticing, boys and girls? A lot more people speak Spanish in New Mexico than in comparison with people who speak Spanish in the United States. A higher portion of the population speaks Spanish in New Mexico. Pretty cool, huh? Isn't that interesting, the diversity in our state, boys and girls? So let's review what we learned today, because we learned 2 big ideas. First, we learned about this really cool thing, the US Census, and we talked a lot about diversity. So, what can you do to help with the US Census? Well, first of all, you can tell somebody about what you learned today. And you can tell them about diversity and what you learned about diversity. So, thank you so much for joining us today for At Home with APS.